Now it is. I like now it is. It is so good to see all of you this morning. And one day, I'm going to make you get up. No, I'm not going to make you. I'm going to ask you if we could all sit together where I won't have to turn like this so much. But it's good to see all of you here, the way you are. I'm glad you're here. We're glad to have those who might be watching class by way of live stream. And if I say anything today that offends you, then come next week where we can talk about it personally. I've been gone a couple of weeks. Last week I was in a meeting up in Crenshaw County at a little country church called Rock Hill, and they were rocking. Had big crowds, enthusiastic, and that's one place you go that you had better preach the truth. I think it'd pull you down out of the pulpit if you didn't. But we had a good crowds. Had two young men that were baptized last week, so it was a great week. But Louise and I are glad to be home, and we're glad to have some of our family, our children, grandchildren home, and glad to have some of Barbara's grandchildren that are home with us. Her grandson Lincoln married my granddaughter Callie, in case you wonder what I'm talking about. And I appreciate Ben teaching for the last, is it 2 Sundays, Ben? And Ben will be, I know that Ben is a good Bible teacher. He is a very good Bible teacher. He knows the Bible well, and he teaches the Bible up at our Christian schools. So if you see what kind of teacher he is with you, that's the kind of teacher he is up there. That's the reason some of those students have obeyed the gospel. And he teaches well. I don't have an update on people that are sick for us to remember in our prayer this morning, but I'm sure that will be given in our worship service. Before we begin our class, we have visitors today. Let's see. I mentioned those over here. There come some more visitors in that I just mentioned. And there comes some more people. We're going to wait a minute. We got people still trying to get in. They're fighting their way to get in this morning. All right. Let us bow as we go to God in prayer. Our Father in heaven, as we come into your presence today, God, we recognize your greatness and your goodness. We recognize that you're a God of graciousness and love. We also recognize that you're a God of wrath. And Lord, as we come before you, we come humbly. We come before your throne of grace. And we would ask now, Father, that you would cleanse us of any sin in our lives. Help us, Father, to be better people day by day. We'd ask that you'd bless all of those, Lord, of whom we know that are sick and hurting. There are so many in this congregation, not to mention